Chapter 2. Autumn, not fall. Mom and Tutu and I live in apartment 6B on the top floor of our building. There's nothing special about our building. It's made of bricks and the lobby floor is cruddy old chip tile. A plastic plant sits in the corner of the lobby near the mailboxes. The manager is Miss Grunch. The manager, Miss Grunch, thinks real plants are too much of a bother. Then the fake plant is covered with dust and spider webs. Recently, someone started tossing cigarette butts into the green pot. It's real sad looking. One time Tutu shoved it in the garbage can. Put it out of its misery, she said, but someone finished it out. The building across the street was only a few years old, and it had condos instead of apartments. The doorman wears a gray uniform and he holds the door open when the owners have groceries. That's where Haileys, spelled with an I, lives. She doesn't ride the bus because she gets picked up after school. I can see right into her apartment when I look out of my living room and bedroom windows. Mom says I shouldn't look into other people's apartments, but Tutu does it all the time. She knows when the old croton ladies are playing bridge and when the man in the white with the white beard gets a new stack of books from the library, and I know when Haileys Chun is having another one of her sleepovers. The Haileys have sleepovers every weekend, and they only invite each other. Haileys, with 3 E's, had a cupcake sleepover. She brought little cupcake-shaped inventions and handed them out at the big round table during lunch. The plan was to bake and decorate cupcakes and then eat them while watching movies. It sounded super fun. Who doesn't love cupcakes? Haileys with a GH had a beauty sleepover. They brought makeup and nail polish and gave each other makeovers. And Haileys with a Y had a dance party sleepover. They made up dances to their favorite songs. I always eat lunch next to the big round table on purpose so I can hear all about these parties. I've watched a few from my bedroom window. They're planning another sleepover. I report to Autumn. Autumn Maxwell has been my friend since kindergarten. We met in the principal's office. I was there because I kicked Jeremy Bishop in the shins. And she was there because she peed her pants a little. If you kick someone's shins at school, even if that someone was pulling your hair you get a lecture from the principal and you get sent home with a note that has to be signed and returned if you peed your pants at school. They make you choose a clean pair from the bin that is kept in the nurse's office. The bin is full of old, ugly sweatpants that no one wants to wear. That's why they ended up in the bin. So Autumn had to spend the rest of the day in a hideous pair of orange sweats. That's when all the way up to her armpits. And I had to spend the day worrying if my mom was going to take away my TV privileges. She did. I didn't watch the Disney Channel for a whole week. I'm in Mr. Rin's class. I told Autumn in Miss Pearl's class. I'm in Miss Pearl's class. She told me. She scratched her nose. Autumn had that kind of skin that was super pale and covered in freckles, like a coconut, like a Connect the Dot picture. When we were in second grade, I did try to connect them with the ink pen. It took 3 whole days for the lines to wash off. I felt really bad. I drew on my own face too, so we'd match. Why'd you pee your pants? I felt anxious. What's that mean? I'm pretty sure Autumn was the only kid in kindergarten who used that word. It means nervous. How come you felt nervous? Because I don't like sharing time? Wow. How could a person not like sharing time? You got to stand in front of the class and tell them something amazing about yourself and your family. I loved it. That very day, I brought a can of macadamia nuts, one for everyone in class. But there was this kid whose head would blow up like a balloon if he ate a nut. So I had to promise I wouldn't open the can. I told the class how macadamia nut trees were brought to Hawaii over 100 years ago to plant around sugarcane fields to protect the cane from the strong winds. And I told them that if you ate too many macadamia nuts, you get diarrhea. I learned that the hard way. Autumn waited in the principal's office forever. Then the principal handed me a note. Be sure your mom signs this, she told me. And no more kicking. Then she handed Autumn a clear Ziploc plastic bag. Don't forget these. Autumn's pee-soaked jeans were sleeked inside. Take this back to your classroom.
Autumn held the bag between her thumb and pointer fingers. Are you trying to humiliate me? She asked the principal. I didn't know what that meant, but I instantly knew this girl was different. I grabbed the bag and stuck it into my backpack so no one else would see it as we walked down the hall. From that moment on, we were best friends. After school, we'd hang out at my house, and on the weekends, we'd go to the community center pool. Even though Autumn couldn't swim, she'd still go with me. While I did the lazy river and the slide, she'd sit on the steps in the shallow end and read whatever magazine she found in the lobby. We did everything together, and we still do, except for spying on Haileys. That's my thing. Yep, it's another sleepover, I confirm. It's lunchtime, and we are in our usual seats near the big round table. While I'm no fan of the Haileys, I appreciate their predictability, Autumn says. She pulls the lid off the Tupperware container. It has a separate compartment. Her sandwich fits in the sandwich spot. Her orange slices fit into its fruit spot, and her juice fits perfectly into the juice spot. She eats the same thing every day. Monday or Friday or Tuesday, Thursday or Wednesday. Autumn has apple juice, orange slices, and crustless cheese sandwich with iceberg lettuce, no mayo. It's the kind of fake cheese that you would roll up into a ball and bounces. Autumn always saves a special treat for the very end. Chocolate-covered macadamia nut. Tutu introduced them to her when they first became friends, and she loved them ever since. And eating only one a day won't give you diarrhea. It's a barbecue sleepover, I tell her. I rub my neck. Sometimes it gets a little stiff because I have to lean my head to the right so I can hear the Haileys better. I love barbecue. I'll never understand the allure of sauce-drenched meat. Autumn carefully lifts her sandwich from the box. She doesn't like it when one piece of food touches another piece of food. I'd already pointed out that the sandwich, orange slices, apple juice, and the chocolate-covered macadamia nut all end up touching her stomach. So what did it matter? Everything matters, she said. Autumn named after autumn, the season, because that's when she was born. Maybe her parents figured that fall wouldn't make a very good name. I think they should have named her someone smart, like Ernestine. Autumn. Autumn is smart, the smartest kid at our school. She's only too shy to let everyone know. I learned sideways. Ooh, Haileys' dad is going to get food from Voodoo Barbecue. That's the best, especially the shredded pork. I leaned some more. That's when Hailey Chun stops talking and turns and glares at me. "What's your problem?" she asked. Oh, hi, Hailey. I open my yogurt and stir the peaches up from the bottom of the container, acting like I haven't been listening, acting like I don't care. But I do care. Having the only one friend used to be fine with me. Autumn and I get along perfectly, and we're almost always together. But her parents got divorced last summer, so now Autumn spends every other weekend at her dad's new house way up in Bellingham, which means that she's gone, and I don't have anyone to hang out with except for Mom and Tutu. Mom is usually busy at work, working with the weekend shift, and Tutu isn't watching TV or napping or complaining about the lack of sunshine. The only other thing she wants to do is walk in the corner of the market for snacks. Once I convinced her to go to the community pool, she refused to get in the water. "It's too cold," she complained, "and the chlorine makes my eyes burn." She grew up swimming in the Pacific Ocean, where the water is so blue and warm that she even swam in the rain. So while Tutu sat in the lobby in her plastic swim cap and pink bathrobe, telling everyone that they should move to Hawaii because there is no chlorine in the water, I realized that having only one friend wasn't the best situation to be in. Well, it's going to change this year. The Haileys have a party every weekend. They don't know this yet, but soon they'll start including me. I just have to figure out how to get into their radar. They huddle closer together and they lower their voices. With all the racket in the rest of the cafeteria, I can't hear them any longer. So I eat my yogurt. Autumn takes a tiny bite of her sandwich. Working her way around the edges, she chews with her front teeth, like a squirrel. She has big round squirrel eyes too. My mom always says that Autumn is as cute as a button. There's this new exhibit at the Science Center about the human brain. I was thinking we could go, she says. Yeah, maybe, I mumble, and then I put down my yogurt container. Hey, what if I have a sleepover? The idea sends a shiver up my spine. Autumn lowers her sandwich. That's what I'll do. I'll have one and invite the Haileys. And then they'll see that I'm a super fun and they'll start inviting me to their parties. Somebody shine a spotlight on my head because my idea is brilliant. A party? Autumn's eyes get even bigger. One of her curls falls from her forehead. My sleepover will be great. You'll see. No, wait. Forget that. It won't be great. It'll be the best sleepover in the history of the world. And you'll be there too. Me? Autumn drops her half-eaten sandwich onto a napkin. I gotta go to the bathroom. And off she scurries. I glance over at the Haileys. They're looking at photos. Hailey Kerrigan's phone and laughing. One day I'll be laughing with them. But right now I have a party to plan. Prepare to be amazed.